want to bring you a word. And this is a word that the Lord gave me today. As I was outside in my garden area and I was tending to my plants, and these plants used to be big and bloomy and everything, and they were nice plants. But when I seen them today, they looked like they needed to be pruned. They needed to be cleaned off, so they could continue to keep growing. And even though it's getting ready to go into, I'm gonna leave that part. Hold on. I don't want to get ahead of myself. So as I was picking them and pruning them, I noticed that there was some other plants that I had, and they didn't need any pruning. But these other ones, as I got to pruning them and picking them off, I noticed there was sap. It was like sap from a tree, because there was sap that fell from the tree, so it fell on these plants. Well, these plants that I had bought, I don't think they're good around the environment. The environment, this is what God spoke to me, that the environment wasn't okay. But the other plants that I had, they was doing well. They were yellow, they were sprung up, they were doing quite well, they were strong. Their roots was planted way down in there, so no matter what environment they were around, that they were strong. Their roots had gotten deep into the soil, so they were strong. So God spoke this word to me, and he told me, he said that some of my people, tell my people that they are around environments that they're not supposed to be around because their roots are not strong enough. And they've been pruned, but their roots are not strong enough, meaning that you are not strong enough to be around what you are around. And God has told you to remove yourself from those environments, but you're still around them. So they are beginning to, like the plants, they had sap on them. And the sap is what was killing the plant. It wasn't, they had been pruned because they were growing out. They were sprouting really good and everything else. Then I seen them a couple days later, or I would say a week later, and there was sap on them. So as I was picking and pruning them again, they had sap. And the sap was because of the environment, the trees and everything else. I have a lot of trees around my house. So they was not okay in the environment. But the other ones, from a distance, my other plants, they were growing well. They were strong. Their roots was planted down. Nothing could affect them. It didn't matter. Tell my people that some of them are around, and you'll know exactly who I'm talking to. They are around environments that are sapping them. And this sap was sticky. So it was sticky and it was killing the plants. And with stickiness comes bugs. So not only are you around an environment that has sap, but you're around which is going to open you up into other things. Because God has told you to remove yourself from the sap, from these people that are like sap. They're sticking to you like leeches, different things like that, like people that, and they're like sap. They'll get on you and you'll start acting in a character way of like you used to, or it'll kill you or you'll die off. Either way, God is saying to remove yourself. And I want to just let you know that there were times where God told me to remove myself. I remember one incident where God told me to with Instagram, because I was on Instagram for quite some time. Actually, not Instagram, Facebook. I was on Facebook for quite some time. I've been on Facebook ever since 2009. So God told me at times that I needed to, in order to move into other areas in life, I'm talking about moving into areas that he wants me to move into and being more successful and being more prosperous and being more what he's given me, that people won't come after it and it'll kill it off. God had to tell me to remove myself. Was it hard to do it? Yeah, but do you want to be obedient to God, not obedient to people? When you stand before God, you got to give him an explanation of why you did it, not the people. So it doesn't matter about what the people say anymore. It's about what God says. So God is saying that if the world rejects you, know that it hated me, that it hated me before it hated you. So there are times when you're going to be hated, and this is a sap that you're still trying to be around. You're still trying to be around hatred. You're still trying to be around people that don't want to be bothered with you. You're still trying to be around different things, and it's polluting you. God said that if people don't accept you, you're supposed to shake the dust off your feet and keep it moving. You're not supposed to be trying to be liked. You're not supposed to be still trying to be around it, because it'll be just like that plant. That plant has sap on it, which means the environment was not okay. Now I had to take the plants and move them to another area because the sap from the tree is killing them. And no matter how much I pruned them, when I put them in that environment, the sap on them was still going to kill them. So the sap from other people, God has pruned you, but the sap is making those things that he prunes from you, is making them come back. So God is saying that you have to remove yourself from that environment where that sap is at. I pray that this message helps you. Also, I want to let you know too, I'm going to be on Patreon, on the Patreon page. I'm going to tag it in the comment section. I'm going to pin it in the comment section. I'm going to be on there. I'm going to be doing teaching. I'm going to be doing prophecy, healing. We're going to be praying on there. Your pain is leading to your greatness. Are you called to be a prophet? And who are you around? This God is leading me to do Patreon, on my Patreon page more. Yes, I'm going to be on YouTube, but I'm going to be on Patreon, probably more. So I want you to head over to my Patreon. And then also, I wanted to give also reports of when I said about the 24-hour blessing, that you was going to get a blessing in 24 hours. There was another couple, a married couple, who got blessed with money, and they were able to pay off all of their bills. So they actually testified about that. They gave a testimony about that, and it's actually in the comment section on my last video. And then also there was a lady who received a brand new car, and then there was also someone who got a $16,000 lawsuit. Hallelujah, Jesus. And then there was another lady that was accepted into a college. And then there was a healing that was done. So I just want to, you can still comment on the section area in the comment section. You could put your testimonies down there, because it is always good to hear testimonies. That's what helps other people. So again, I want you to head over to my Patreon page. We're going to be doing a lot of things on the Patreon. We're going to be doing praying. We're going to start prayer and morning prayer. And so, and a lot of other things. I'm not going to tell everything. You got to head over to Patreon so you could catch it. You got to come over to Patreon. So I want to thank you for being a subscriber. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you have not shared this video, share this video for other people to hear it. And then also, I want you to like it as well. So I want to say God bless you, and be blessed.